Hello, everybody. I want to share my experience with rigging in Maya. If you need to change several identical rigs, for example, connect nodes, create constraints, or add some attributes, I have got something for you. I create a script to do all this automatically. You can find the script in the video description, and it lets you do it all with one click. Let's get started. Let's say we have a several rig that need the same changes. For example, adding these clock-like elements. I will show you with example of the boy how to do it using my script. Here it is. For example, we have a simple clock rig, what we want to add to the boy rig. It's just a sphere with one bone and control serving as a clock example. We need to integrate it into the rig. We will use a script that allows us to record our steps, which can then be applied to other rigs with the same bone and group names. Let's get into details. We have a script. The link with will be in the description. In the script, there's a drop-down menu with all the options we can use, as well as two tables, source and target. There is also an option to save and load both tables, which they contain actions with the nodes. Additionally, there is a start button that launches the script. We must create a parent constraint for the group to the design bond to integrate the rig. We select parent constraint, click add source. You can disable some attributes if needed. Then we choose the group, what we will constrain. We can check right away if the constraint worked. Let's click start button and see that our clock is already constrained to the bone. Next, we need to parent the sphere bone to the skeleton bone. To do this, we select the bone, to choose the parent, and the script will move the bone to the specific group. We click Add Source, select the bone to which we will parent, then click Add Target, and that's it. When we click Start, his bone automatically will be moved to the group. I want to do the same with the group that contains the controls. Let's say I want to be in the control group. We select the parent, click at source, and choose the control rig group and the add target. We do the same with the sphere. Select the sphere, click add source, uh, choose the geometry group so that the sphere with all the meshes. Then we click the start button and the script executes all the commands step by step. Now everything is working. The bond has been moved to the group with the bonds. Oops. This one. The group with the control has been moved to the control rig group, and we have clean rig. Let's assume that this locator represents the clock hands. And we want to create an attribute for the clock control that will manage the hunt of our clock. This is very simple. We select the control and choose a new attribute in the drop-down menu. Then enter add source. Then enter the name of the new attribute, and then we select the min and max values. Click Add target. At this point, there is not need to specify anything else, as everything is taken from the source table. Now, we need to connect the new attribute to rotate Y of the locator. Yeah. We click Start button, and the control will have a new attribute. Now we need to link them. We select the control, choose the connect attribute, select our attribute. It will be at the bottom of the list. And choose the locator for the connection and click target for our y-axis. Then we select y-axis, and then we click a start button, and that's it. Now our control has an attribute then that rotates the clock hands. And now we have a clean rig, and we can save both tables to a file for future use. And I will show you. I have the same original scene, and we can load our saved settings using a load button. And we have the same click, and we click a start button, and everything works automatically. We have a attribute, we have controls, the clock hands, and we have a clean rig with nothing extra, all in one click. Now I will show you other features of the script. There is a drop-down menu with a set of actions that will be performed on the nodes. It works with nodes regardless of whether it's a control or a bound. We have a two table source and targets which store of the data for step-by-step execution. Let's demonstrate this by creating several locators. And for example, we want to connect two locators along the x-axis, and we select locator 1 and rotate x attribute. Then select locator 2 and rotate x attribute with this one, and click a start button, and then we will see it's connected. Sorted. And then we have a parent. It's like a default command parent. We can choose a parent for locator 2 and for locator 1, and it will be parent. Next is parent constraint. We can select the locator and can disable any axis. Then select locator that will be constrained. We click the start and see the locator has been constrained. The same applies to other types of constraint. For example, we can scale constraint. We click start and see the constraint. Uh, the same goes for the other constraint, point or orient. And next one is new node option. This will allow to add new node from existing nodes. You can choose, for example, it will be rock, and next one it doesn't matter because we have a first table, and then we need to switch on the duck object only and we will see a rock. Next, we can add a new attribute which have shown before. You need to enter the name and you can change the attribute type. You can select enum, for example, and using a colon, you must type a list of the attributes. And the target tables doesn't necessary to select everything. We take everything from the first table and we click a start and attribute is appears. Next, we have a add value. It allows you to input a value into the attribute. We can select attribute, for example, to be translate X. We can choose a new value, and when we click a start, we have an attribute with a new value in translate X. Yeah. We can delete integers. Both tables are linked by their order number. Integers can be edited manually. And next, we have channel control. Sometimes it's necessary to hide attributes or covertly to show them. For example, we can select scale X for locator 1 and choose the channel control, and we need to find scale X and click checkbox hidden, and we can lock cable and break connection, and when we click start it's disappeared. Yeah. And we can to show the uh, last hidden scale X, for example, we can show it too. Yeah. And then we have a copy node. It's not yet functional. Next, we have a rename node. This simply renames the node. For example, you can choose a rename node for locator 4. Just rename it. And that's it. Both tables we can save it to a file, which can then be loaded and file, and we can load it and execute it at anytime, like that. Yes, that's all.